Everyone who watches what happens in the octagon loves a grand ending to a fight, but not every fight had a clean knockout as its big finisher. Welcome to the Outside Scoop, everyone. Each week we bring you new videos about the coolest things we want you to know about. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, and go ahead and subscribe along with ringing that bell icon so that way you're notified every time we upload. After that, let's go ahead and get into 10 of the most disturbing knockouts in UFC history. Number 10. Frank Shamrock vs. Igor Zinoviv. Frank Shamrock is the brother of famous UFC fighter Ken Shamrock, and Frank was brought in to be the face of UFC 16 while his brother was out. It was in his first match in UFC 16 against Igor Zinoviv that Frank's finishing move was to toss Igor on his back forcefully, breaking Igor's clavicle and fractured his C5 vertebrae. Igor never came back to the ring. Number 9. Matt Brown vs. Peter Sell. Matt Brown is said to have won the match with a TKO at 132, but in reality Brown won when he drilled Sell with two knees, knocking him out on his feet at 0:20. Brown would continue to beat down Sell for the next minutes, and even after Sell fell to the ground, Brown got a few more hits in, nearly costing Sell his life.
Sell smiling up until that landed. He's not smiling anymore. Man, look at Sell.
Number 8. Gabriel Gonzaga vs. Mirko Cro Cop. In this match for UFC 70, a brutal takedown happened in the octagon when Gonzaga made Cro Cop collapse to the floor with a head kick, and then Gonzaga continued to beat Cro Cop on the ground while he was unresponsive. This scene was even scarier as Cro Cop fell when he twisted his leg almost a full 180 degrees.
Tentative though. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Number 7. Robbie Lawler vs. Rory McDonald. Fights can go on for long amounts of times, and fighters will go at each other relentlessly until someone just can't take the torture any longer. That was the case versus Lawler and McDonald when, after 5 rounds, Lawler gave a blow straight to McDonald's nose and sealed the fight. McDonald fell back onto the ground and squirmed a bloody mess, unable to continue the fight.
Watch it, he'll grab his nose.
It just shattered on him. Yeah, and he just couldn't take the pain anymore. Covered up, and that was it.
Number 6. Frank Mir vs. Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. The worst moments in the octagon came from seeing a bone break clearly in two. That's when Mir got Nogueira to the ground and locked his arm to stop him from breaking away. As Nogueira attempted to roll, the squeeze got tighter and tighter, but by the time the referee stepped in, the bone had already been broken. It would take 17 screws and a metal plate to heal Nogueira's broken arm. Number 5. Rashad Evans vs. Chuck Liddell. Watching the Iceman Chuck Liddell get absolutely clobbered by Rashad Evans was a terrifying thing to watch as Liddell's age was showing and continued to fail. The fight was like seeing a train wreck coming, and each hit Liddell took was a new nail in the coffin. In the end, Liddell was a sad mess as he rolled off the stage and was treated by doctors. Number 4. Dan Henderson vs. Michael Bisping. Henderson is well known for his explosive level right hand, as it's a dangerous thing. That's why it was scary to see its destructive power in UFC 100 in his fight against Bisping when he gave the right hook, which made Bisping collapse onto the ground as Henderson followed it up with a merciless flying elbow. It was perhaps one of the most disturbing moments, seeing Bisping struggle to breathe lying down on the mat.
That's all! He's down! And it is all over!
Number 3. Edson Barboza vs. Terry Edom. The most disturbing thing about this knockout was how Terry Edom reacted to getting wheel kicked in the 3rd round of the fight, which made his body go stiff. Edom's arm didn't even touch the mat when he fell, which gave the KO an eerie feeling for all people watching. Number 2. Tank Abbott vs. Steve Nelmark. The fight from UFC 11.5 is remembered for multiple reasons, and some of them are not as pretty as others. This match was ended when Abbott unleashed a devastating flurry of blows after a combo, which was finished by Nelmark's fall to the ground in a twisted mess. Thus, the UFC got one of its first memes of a push puppet knockout, and Nelmarking became a verb for a short and powerful knockout.
McCarthy may step in. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it.
Number 1. Chris Weidman vs. Anderson Silva. As perhaps one of the worst cases of the horrors that came with MMA fighting, This UFC 168 fight finished with Anderson Silva screaming down on the ground of the canvas. Weidman had checked a kick from Silva with his knee, and an audible crack was heard as Silva fell to the ground. Silva had broken his tibia and fibula, and all in front of the hundreds of viewers and audience.
Ó, agora, ó, quando ele aplica o golpe, nossa senhora, mas uma imagem fortíssima.
And that knocks out the rest of the video for today. What do you guys think? If you got any moments you'd add, make sure you guys let us know in the comments down below. Don't be afraid to go ahead and subscribe, along with ringing that bell icon while you're down there. After that, we'll see you next time. Later.